This is American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com. Get ready as the best from around Oregon step between the lines at Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg to play for a state title. Live video coverage of the state tournament on 541radio.com is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, with additional sponsorship provided by DC Farmers Co-op and Champion Car Wash. Now, let's head to the game.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Oregon AAA American Legion State Baseball Tournament from Champion Car Wash Field, Bill Gray Legion Stadium in Roseburg. We are in the winner's bracket here today, and it is the Salem Withnell Dodgers taking on the Portland Barbers. Glad you're with us here. This coverage on 541radio.com is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. My name is Brian Prowitz, and it's an honor to be here on the winner's side of things on a really hot and muggy afternoon in Roseburg, but the winner of this game will be in control at 2-0 and has the inside track to making sure that they're one of the finalists playing on later in the tournament as things continue to progress. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, the starting lineups in the first pitch between Salem and Portland. It is game number 3 today, and game number 2 for both of these teams after wins yesterday. And you're listening to coverage of the AAA Oregon State Legion Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field for the Portland Barbers and Salem Withnell Dodgers. And the Portland Barbers are the visiting team in this contest, with Salem the home team. So right now the Withnell Dodgers taking the field, both these teams in red and white, but the Withnell Dodgers in red jerseys, white pants, and the red and white caps that you can see on the feed on 541radio.com. The defense for Salem Withnell Dodgers: Avery Wilson at third base, Brandon Stinnett, the shortstop. Chris Rogers is at second base, and the first baseman is Brady Muth. Brady Stoops in left field, Lucas Elkins in center, and Will Hassoun in right. Behind the plate, Rylan Webster. And on the mound for the Withnell Dodgers, number 9, Brody McMullen. He is a West Salem graduate in 2022, and we are looking forward to seeing him on the hill against the Portland Barbers. Their starting lineup from their head coach, Joe Duran. Leading off, the shortstop, Andy Miller, followed by the catcher, Sean Murphy, then second baseman, Stanley Shoppy. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing third base is Dakota Chun, and then right fielder, Tyler Christensen. Casey Langdale, the first baseman, bats 6, followed by the DH, Cooper Smith. Left fielder Jackson Price, and center fielder Jackson Bowie. Portland Barbers 31-8-1 on the season. Salem Withnell Dodgers with their win yesterday now 24-21. And as we get ready to start what is game number 7 in the tournament, two teams are already out of this state championship. Couple of losers bracket games this morning saw Eugene beat the Crushers 13-3 to advance, and the Lobos of Sherwood just finished off an 8-6 8-inning win over Beaverton to move into the losers bracket, but to stay in the tournament. And right now, a couple of 1-0 teams are ready to go at it as Salem takes on Portland, and the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner from Brody McMullen. The 0-1 pitch, low and inside here at Legion Field. All turf, recently upgraded with the addition of Umpqua Community College baseball using this facility. The 1-1, a curveball for a strike on the inside corner from McMullen. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Andy Miller, the shortstop, who went 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 stolen bases yesterday. The 1-2 fastball, grounder back towards second, sliding stop and a backhand flip from Chris Rogers in fine style for the first out of the ball game on just the fourth pitch. That'll bring up the catcher, Sean Murphy. Murphy with a double yesterday. He was 2 for 4 in that ball game. Scored 2 runs in the victory. First pitch is fouled off at home plate. So getting here, the Barbers beat the Post 58 Crushers 10-7 in a ball game that Joe Duran said was just real sloppy. He wasn't happy with it, and he hopes his guys play a little bit better today as Murphy takes a strike on the outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 to the Portland Barbers catcher. And the 0-2 with 1 out and the bases empty. Curveball checked, swing didn't quite get going all the way around, but definitely a flinch there by Murphy to make it 1-2. Stanley Shoppy is on deck. Salem pulled 1 out yesterday, beating Eugene 4-3 in extras to advance. The 1-2 is slashed down the left field line. It's going to hook foul. And the count will stay 1-2. So especially defensively, Joe Duran said he wasn't real happy with the way Portland played. But he's very optimistic about where the pitching sits right now going into this part of the tournament. And really it's all about pitch counts, depth of the bullpens, and the like. The 1-2 is a breaking ball just outside. Looked like maybe a changeup that misses to make it 2-2 from Brody McMillan. McMullen out of West Salem High School. And now the 2-2. Another one bends in there low and inside. And it's 3-2. We're glad you're with us wherever you may be. All the games in the tournament will be here at 541radio.com. The 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. That was a heck of an at-bat there by Murphy. And a 1-out walk to the Portland catcher brings up the 3-hitter Stanley Shoppy.
Batters the second baseman, number 5, Stanley Shoppy.
Shoppy had a busy day yesterday. He was 1 for 3. As the starting second baseman had a triple. Scored 2 runs. Walked once and stole a base, reached on an error. First pitch is a fastball. What a cut. Fouled straight back. And McMullen is ahead 0-1. Shoppy got on base almost every way you can get on base in that one yesterday. Shoppy had a Jesuit and George Fox University. Dakota Chun on deck for Portland. 1 out and that runner at first. An 0-1 count to the plate. Another fastball swung on a miss. 0-2. As the Barbers come to the ballpark here, ready to go, swinging hard early against Brody McMullen. Not much of a lead at first for Murphy. With 1 out, the 0-2 bounces off of the glove of Webster back to the screen, and that'll allow Murphy to get down to second on a wild pitch. Joe Brockmiller will be the starting pitcher for Portland. Here, Brody McMullen with a 1-2 count. 1 out, and that runner at second base. Chopper off the plate, high in the air. There's the hop. Shortstop flings it across, and not in time is to call it first base. Brandon Stinnett didn't really seem to get all of everything on that throw that he wanted. And it should go in the book as a base hit. Down to third goes Murphy. And Portland Barbers making some noise. Now, a little conversation here. As the head coach for Salem comes out to have a quick conversation with the umpire that made that call safe at first base.
Next batter, third baseman, number 19, Dakota Chun.
Brian Stinnett, the head coach. So a single on the infield is the ruling. Dakota Chun, the third baseman, now at the plate. Brody McMullen is ready, and the runner starts at first. A flip to the bag. Time is called. They're going to call a balk. It is a balk on the play. So McMullen stepped off toward third and didn't throw. At first base, Stanley Shoppy started and then dove back to the bag, and I think McMullen might have even double clutched and then thrown to first base. The balk scores a run, and it's 1-0 Portland. I saw the first base umpire call the balk originally, but as I looked around the infield, all three umpires were pointing to advance those runners. And now here's a sliding steal of third for Stanley Shop as they've got Brody McMullen shook a little bit right here with all the happenings around the bases. Dakota Chun swung at the pitch in defense of Shoppy as though it might have been a hit and run situation, and a fastball is outside from McMullen, and it makes it 1-1. Portland trying to take advantage of every break they've been given thus far here in the top of the first with the 1-1 pitch. That one's popped up down the left field line. I am originally going to say foul, but a long run. Great effort there by Stinnett all the way in the bullpen area down the left field line to try to catch that. He's got a hat and a glove and pieces and parts falling off of him all over the place as he dove head first for that foul ball. Probably a good 30 feet off of the line. It's a big loud strike off the bat of Dakota Chun. Tyler Christensen on deck for Portland. The Barbers 31-8-1. 10-7 win yesterday over the Crushers to move here into the winner's bracket. And 1-2 now from Brody McMullen with Shoppy at third, and the pitch is popped up. On the infield, left side, Stinnett underneath this one. Much less of a run, but the wind, oh boy, made that one really interesting. Stinnett had to turn his glove over to make that catch for the pop out number 2. And that'll bring up Tyler Christensen, the right fielder. He was 1 for 4 with a run yesterday.
Next batter will be the right fielder, number 16, Tyler Christensen.
Graduated from Mountainside High School. And with 2 down and that runner at third, the pitch to Christensen is a little fly ball in the center field. Lucas Elkins is out there right to him, and he'll make the catch. So a run comes in on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on. A balk helping Portland get out to a 1-0 lead. After the top of the first, it's the Barbers 1, and Withnell coming to bat. It's Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Welcome back to Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the starting batting order for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. It'll be shortstop Brandon Stinnett to lead off, followed by second baseman Chris Rogers and the right fielder Will Hassoun. Batting in the cleanup spot, the catcher Rylan Webster, and then third baseman Avery Wilson. Batting sixth, the first baseman Brady Muth, then the DH Cole Whelan. Left fielder Brady Stoops, batting eighth, and batting ninth, the center fielder Lucas Elkins. Defense for the Portland Barbers: at third base, Dakota Chun. The shortstop is Andy Miller, and at second base, Stanley Shoppy. Casey Langdale at first base. It'll be Jackson Price in left, Jackson Bowie in center, and Tyler Christensen in right field for the Barbers. Behind the plate, Sean Murphy, and on the hill, right-hander Joe Brockmiller. Brockmiller, Canby High School, honorable mention All-State. Committed to George Fox University. Fastball, curveball combination. And taking the mound, getting ready against the lefty shortstop Brandon Stinnett is Brockmiller. And with Portland up 1-0, we start the bottom of the first inning, and the first pitch comes in low and outside for ball one. 1 run on 1 hit, and that balk in the top of the first for Portland. Got a little more intel on that balk. Here comes the 1-0. It's outside. Ball 2 to Brandon Stinnett. Stinnett, by the way, 0 for 4 yesterday with a walk. A run scored, an RBI, and he reached on an error. As the shortstop yesterday, the Sprague senior-to-be, slashes that foul up the left field line and out of play. 2-1. Word is, in American Legion Baseball, you can't attempt the move to third and then turn and throw to first move that you can do in high school and other levels above. 2-1, fastball strike 2 on the outside corner. So whether I know I mentioned I thought he double clutched at first. That's not where I thought the balk was, but I didn't know that rule in Legion ball. But now I know. And the 2-2 breaking ball high and outside to Brandon Stinnett. Stinnett, Rogers, and Hassoun against Brockmiller here in the bottom of the first inning. The winner moves into the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled away again by Stinnett over to the left side. It's Medford and Roseburg tonight at 7, the other winner's bracket side of things. But this is the game here. If you win, you're in great shape for the rest of the tournament. 3-2 grounder back to the mound. Brockmiller has it. Casual flip over to Langdale for the out. And that'll retire his side, but pretty good at bat there by Stinnett, eating up 7 pitches. That'll bring up Chris Rogers, the second baseman. And the reason I say that is if you're 2-0 in a 2-game, in a double elimination tournament, even if you lose that game tomorrow night at 7, you're still one of 4 teams left. And though you have to win twice on Wednesday, you're still in the thing. And so this is just a huge game, obviously. It's the state tournament. They're all kind of big. Chris Rogers fouls off the first pitch. Recent graduate of Sprague High School. With 1 out, the base is empty. 0-1 curveball for a called strike. There's the 12-6 curve that is a big weapon for Brockmiller. Chris Rogers had the game-winning RBI in the 8th inning against Eugene yesterday. That fastball comes in a little bit high. 1-2. That Salem-Eugene game yesterday was something else. 4-3 victory in 8 innings for the Withnell Dodgers. And the 1-2. Breaking ball stays inside. The curveball just off the plate. Yep, Chris Rogers with the game-winning RBI there. A couple of walks, a stolen base, reached on an error in the win yesterday. There's a 2-2 curveball, and it is called strike 3. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Will Hassoun, the right fielder. Hassoun will graduate from Sprague next year, a senior to be at Sprague High School. Was also the right fielder in yesterday's win. He went 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. The first pitch curveball misses inside for a ball. 1-0. With 2 gone and the base is empty, the 1-0. It's a little high. Makes it 2-0. Rylan Webster, the catcher, on deck for the Salem Withnell Dodgers. Legion post 136. The 2-0 fastball swung on a miss. Makes it 2-1. Brockmiller's 2-1 to Hassoun. Fastball up and in. Bottom of the first, it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Rylan Webster. Webster graduated from Western Christian in 2021. He was the catcher in yesterday's victory. He was 1 for 3 with a run and a sac bunt. Time is called, and Coach Duran out to talk to his starting pitcher on a little sprint right there to get out to the mound. So a little meeting on the mound here for the Portland Barbers here in the bottom of the first after a 2-out walk. Coverage of the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Also thanks to Douglas County Farmers Co-op and Champion Car Wash. So Rylan Webster steps back in. Will Hassoun, the runner at first. And Joe Brockmiller is ready with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. First pitch, fastball through there for a called strike. Salem Withnell Dodgers made up of players from Sprague and South Salem and West Salem, Western Christian, North Salem, Salem Academy, and then there's this one other school that stands out. Breaking ball to the plate. It'll bounce up there, knocked down by Murphy for a ball. 1-1. North Medford. Tyler Dunleavy is on this Salem team out of North Medford. He's a lefty pitcher. And I asked Brian Stinnett about that. And with 2 outs, there's a flip to first base. Diving back safely is Will Hassoun. A couple of things about that. First of all, the young man graduated from North Medford in 2021. He's been out of baseball a couple years, coming up to the Salem area to go to school, and has moved into the area. 1-1, foul straight back 1-2. The new rule this year in American Legion Baseball is that teams can take from schools totaling 7,500 total population, and that helped make it so Salem could add North Medford to their total base of schools they could draw from, and Dunleavy could pitch for Salem. With 2 outs, the 1-2 is chopped back to the mound, knocked down by Brockmiller. He has to pick it up second effort and throw the runner out and retire the side. So a 2-out walk, but no damage done. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on for Salem in the bottom of the first. We played 1 here at Legion Field. It's 1-0 Portland. Top of the second coming up next on the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament coverage on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field, Bill Gray Legion Stadium in Roseburg. We'll go to the top of the second inning in a 1-0 lead for the Portland Barbers. And for Portland in the second, it'll be Casey Langdale, Cooper Smith, and Jackson Price. on a pretty warm afternoon, and it's going to be hotter as we head through the rest of the weekend. About 91 out there right now, but it's going to be 102 tomorrow and 101 on Tuesday, and about 97, 98 Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as the week goes on. And the first pitch from McMullen is fired in there for strike one to big Casey Langdale, the first baseman for the Barbers. He was a center fielder in yesterday's win. He had a walk and a strikeout in the victory, and McMullen coming right back with a fastball at the belt for a called strike two. One nothing Portland on a one-out walk that came around. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Picking it up, Webster will throw down to first base to complete the strikeout, 2-3. First strikeout of the day for Brody McMullen, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cooper Smith.
Next batter, designated hitter number 32, Cooper Smith.
Smith is a Mountainside graduate in 2022. Did not appear in yesterday's game. Playing as the DH here in this one. And with one out and the bases empty and a 1-0 Portland lead here in the top of the second, the first offering to Cooper Smith. There's a breaking ball for a called strike. And now the 0-1. That was a fastball. Made it about halfway there. Skips up to the plate. And now the 1-1. Another breaking ball in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Next one fired in, strike two, catching the inside corner on Smith. A little grumble goes through the crowd for Portland fans. 2-2. McMullen's next pitch, chopped at the plate. Foul ball, 2-2. Anytime you get together and you're watching state tournament or any kind of a tournament, and you're watching other teams play, it's kind of interesting to see some of the situations that come up. We had a team bat out of order in the game before this one. I saw a very rare call at home plate on a bunted ball that was hit by the runner, and runner's interference was called as a big foul ball. Rainbows toward the parking lot on the right side. The count stays 2-2. You see, it's not that uncommon to see somebody bunt the ball and have it come up and hit them. 2-2. Check, swing, foul tip into the glove. Strike three on the swing and foul tip off of Cooper Smith. 2 strikeouts in a row for Brody McMullen as he works through the bottom half of the Portland order. And now the left fielder, Jackson Price. But it's pretty rare to see that ball bounce up, hit the runner, and have him get called out. Here's the first pitch fastball fouled straight back. But in this case, the player had bunted the ball. It was a fair ball, and he was out of the box when he drew contact with the ball again, and that interference led to an out. 0-1 is a fly ball to center field to Lucas Elkins for out number 3, the same way the Dodgers ended the second. 3 up, 3 down for Portland in the top half of inning number 2. It's 1-0 Portland. We'll go to the bottom of the second here in Roseburg at the state tournament. It's Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For more local sports coverage, CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Welcome back to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field here in Roseburg. It's American Legion Baseball State Tournament action brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe and Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And thanks to Champion Car Wash, #1 for auto detailing here in Roseburg. Well, Joe Brockmiller will go to work against third baseman Avery Wilson, the first baseman Brady Muth, and the DH Cole Whelan. For Salem in the bottom of the second, the first pitch, breaking ball, misses, ball one. The next one from Brockmiller's fastball grounded to short. Over to his right is Andy Miller. He'll throw it across, and a good peg gets the runner. 2 pitches and 1 away here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brady Muth. Muth will be a senior at Sprague.
First baseman number 15, Brady Muth.
He was 1 for 4 with a strikeout in yesterday's 4-3 win over Eugene. There's a strike at the knees to Brady Muth. Head coach Brian Stinnett said that his team just battled all day against Eugene. It wasn't a pretty game, but they managed to get the win. The 0-1 is a grounder to short again. Andy Miller over to it off of the perfect turf, but his throw is low. And safe at first base is going to be Brady Muth on an error on the throw by Andy Miller, who almost had a little too much time, if you know what I mean. That thing stayed right on the ground, all the way across to him. And I felt like Muth really didn't get out of the box very well. So I think Miller saw that too and thought he really had time and ended up just coming up low on the throw.
Designated hitter Cole Whelan.
So here's Cole Whelan, the DH. First pitch from Brockmiller is a strike at the belt. 0-1. Cole Whelan will be a senior at South Salem High School, and he scored the winning run yesterday on the game-winning RBI single by Chris Rogers in the 8th. The 0-1 is fouled straight back. 0-2. Whelan was 1 for 4 in that game yesterday. Stolen base, a couple strikeouts. And here comes the 0-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That pitch was just a little too close to take. And it's the second strikeout, both looking for Joe Brockmiller. And it brings up left fielder Brady Stoops.
Next batter, left fielder number 2, Brady Stoops.
Stoops will be a junior at Sprague High School come the fall. He was 1 for 3 yesterday as the starting left fielder. Drove in a run, walked, struck out, reached on an error in the 4-3 win over Eugene. First pitch is high and outside to Stoops, ball 1. On deck is the center fielder Lucas Elkins, the 9-hitter. Muth on at first base, reached on an error. Stoops ready for the 1-0 pitch. And Brockmiller to the plate, finds the bottom of the strike zone. 1-1. This game getting started about 45 minutes late because of the 8-inning, 8-6 win for Sherwood over Beaverton in the second game of today's schedule. Here's a grounder to short, and going the short way is Andy Miller. So despite the miscue on the throw, no damage done, and Miller is able to get the runner at second to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on as we go to the top of the third inning. It's a 1-0 lead for Portland here at the Oregon State Tournament, AAA, American Legion State Tournament. Coverage on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
We're back here in Roseburg at Champion Car Wash Field. Brian Prowitz with you here as we go to the top of the third inning. It's the bottom of the Portland order. It'll be Jackson Bowie, Andy Miller, and Sean Murphy for the Barbers, who had a 10-7 victory yesterday over the Post 58 Canyon Crushers. As the first pitch from Brody McMullen is a called strike on the outside corner. Jackson Bowie, center fielder in yesterday's game, went 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts. Graduated from Jesuit High School last year, the 0-1. Fastball right in under the hands at the knees for a strike, 0-2. McMullen's been right around the plate, and he's been very aggressive, and he has put down the last 5 in a row. And now the 0-2. That one a little lower and inside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. After this, it's the Medford Mustangs and the Roseburg Dock Stewarts in what was scheduled to be the 7 o'clock game, which looks like it'll start around 8-ish, maybe. We'll see. 1-2 now. Grounder to the right side. 2-hopper to the first baseman. Nicely handled there by Muth. And he'll take it to the bag on a couple of line drive hops. 1 away. Back to the top of the order now to Andy Miller. The Barbers shortstop grounded out to second base. In his first at bat, he's 0 for 1. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Medford Docks result tonight. There's a breaking ball for a called strike from McMullen. The loser of this game will play the Sherwood Lobos tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Here's the 0-1, a little pop-up into shallow right field. It might carry out there with the breeze to Will Hassoun. He'll put 2 hands on it for out number 2. And that'll bring up the catcher, Sean Murphy. And then the loser of the Medford and Dock Stewarts tonight will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow against Eugene. Now, sometimes in a tournament situation, they'll flip some of those results. Here's the first pitch that bounces in there for ball 1. So there's a whole bunch. If you're looking at the bracket, which should be on there at 541radio.com, there's always this asterisk or a box in the bottom right corner that explains what happens here. 1-0, breaking ball, high and outside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. So, for instance, since the Lobos and Dock Stewarts have already played, if Roseburg were to lose game 7, here's the 2-0 fouled away. Well, I don't want to mess this up, but the Docks couldn't play the Lobos again. If you played them in the first round and then here on day 3 you end up with the same matchup, they will sometimes flip those teams so that you don't play again in the tournament, and that can really wreak some havoc on the schedule. We'll deal with that later if we need to. With 2 outs, the 2-1 pitch is breaking ball low and inside for McMullen. And it makes it 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch is a fastball high and outside. Ball for a 2-out walk. First runner for a while for Portland. And both times Sean Murphy has seen Brody McMullen. Murphy has walked. And here's Stanley Shoppy. Shoppy chopped one off the plate in the first inning in a similar situation. And that time there was 1 out. Now he's coming to the plate with 2, but sent a really high chopper to short, and Brandon Stinnett's throw wasn't in time for an infield base hit. Here, 1 toward the hole. Back to it is Stinnett. He'll field throw, cross his body across the infield offline, and safe at first is Shoppy on another infield base hit to shortstop. Murphy down to second. And Shoppy has both of the base hits for the Barbers. Here's Dakota Chun. He popped out to shortstop Brandon Stinnett in the first. But here runners first and second, 2 down in the top of the third, and a 1-0 Barbers lead. Long hold for McMullen, and then time was asked for by Chun and granted time by the home plate umpire. Now McMullen ready. Curveball, strike. 0-1. McMullen's breaking ball is more of a slider from a right-hander as a curveball compared to what Brock Miller throws. His is much more pronounced 12-6 curve. Here the 0-1 is a grounder up toward the hole. It's short but plugged by Stinnett with a nifty little glove toss to second baseman Chris Rogers for the third out of the inning. So no runs, no hits. One hit. There weren't any errors and a man left on. We'll go to the bottom of the third and a 1-0 lead for Portland as we continue in the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field here in Roseburg as we go to the bottom of the third. It's the Portland Barbers 1 and the Salem Withnell Dodgers 0. Coverage of Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament play is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe and sponsored by Champion Car Wash. Champion is #1 for auto detailing here in Roseburg. They'll wash your vehicle, shampoo your seats and carpet, and hand polish as well. Ask for the express detail or call Dustin at Champion Car Wash. Book your appointment today, the next time you are in Roseburg. First pitch coming to the 9-hitter for Salem. Lucas Elkins is outside for ball 1 from Joe Brockmiller, and the 1-0 follow-up is fouled away, 1-1. You might notice on the scoreboard out there the pitch count, which is very prominently displayed because there's a rule in Legion Ball that the most a starting pitcher can throw in a single game or a single outing, as the next pitch is a strike, is 105 pitches. At that point, you can go over, but you can't start a new batter with more than 105. Here's a 1-2, swung on a miss, strike 3 as Elkins chases that high curveball up around the eyes, and the first time through the order here for Brockmiller has gone pretty well. A walk and a man reached on an error, otherwise 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. Back to the top of the order now to Brandon Stinnett. Stinnett grounded back to the mound in the first for the Dodgers. First pitch, there it is, that big curveball, and it's 0-1. So 105, and then there's a whole list of how much rest a pitcher needs based on the number of pitches he throws in an appearance or in a day. The 0-1 misses 1-1. So they keep close track of that up in the press box, and they display the number of pitches a pitcher ends the inning with out there on the scoreboard. 1-1, big curve again, stays high. And it's 2-1 with 1 out. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Portland on a run on the top of the first. And now the 2-1. Fastball foul down the left field line. The wind blows back toward the line. That one will definitely carry out, but the breeze blows across from third base out to right field when it's blowing, and you can see the oak trees out beyond right field swaying in the wind. This is about the time of night when that wind will start to pick up. It'll blow for another hour and a half or so. 2-2. That one's a hard ground ball to second base. Up with it, no problem, is Shoppy, and he'll throw the runner out. 4-3. That'll bring up second baseman Chris Rogers, who struck out looking in the first. 2 gone here in the third. So on those foul balls down the left field line, the wind is working them back toward fair play, fair territory, and fly balls to right field especially can be an adventure here at Champion Car Wash Field. First pitch curveball is a called strike from Brockmiller to Rogers. So anything in the air to right field has a chance to go out when it's really blowing. It's not quite like that now, but you can feel the breeze. Breaking ball inside, 1-1 to Rogers. And you can see Christensen in right field right now has his glasses on. It's the 1-1. It's fouled off to the right. 1-2. You can see his glasses. Maybe they're on top of the bill of his cap. Maybe he's not as worried about it as I am. But it can get interesting out there for sure. 1-2 now. Breaking ball. 2-2. 320 down the lines. 385 to straightaway center field with that big wall. It takes a heck of a shot to get it out to straightaway center. Much more likely from the power alleys to the foul poles for home runs here. 2-2 now. Up and inside. Ball 3. It's full count now. Joe Brockmiller to the 2-hitter Chris Rogers, who struck out looking in the first. Here, the 3-2 from Brockmiller is a chopper to the left side. Behind the bag at third, fielded by Chun on the bounce. His throw across, offline just slightly. And safe at first base is Rogers on what I am going to probably assume is a base hit on the infield. Good hustle there by Rogers. Throw just a little bit wide.
Next batter will be number 7, Will Hassoun.
So Salem with a man on. Here's Will Hassoun. He walked in the first and was stranded. It's only the third base runner so far for Salem. First pitch curve high. Ball 1. To Will Hassoun. Will be a senior at Sprague in the fall. Played right field in yesterday's game, went 1 for 3. The runner at first and 2 down, Brockmiller. Long hold and now to the plate. Fastball, yes sir, at the knees. 1-1. Fastball, curveball combination for Brockmiller. That big curveball you got to pay attention to if he's throwing it for strikes, and today he is, which means at some point probably Salem's going to have to figure out a way to put it in play. Flip to first for Brockmiller. Rogers dives back to the bag. Chris Rogers off the bag at first. And the 1-1 to Hassoun. Breaking ball high and inside, almost behind him. And it's 2-1. Dakota Chun at third base. Andy Miller's the shortstop. Stanley Shoppy at second. Casey Langdale holding the runner on at first base for Portland. Jackson Price in left. Jackson Bowie in center. Tyler Christensen out in right. The 2-1 pitch. Runner goes, and the ball's fouled away as Coach Brian Stinnett puts the game in motion a little bit there. And the count is even at 2-2 as Rogers was on the run. Sean Murphy catching Joe Brockmiller for the Portland Barbers. 2-2, foul ball right side. Next to the Newell family hitting cage, one of the recent additions to this ballpark. indoor hitting facility was called for a long time by the baseball community around here, and softball too. The girls get in there in the bad weather. 2-2 fastball, strike three called on the outside corner. Brock Miller says, let's just get back to the dugout, shall we? Strikeout number 4 on the day for Brock Miller. No runs on a 2-out single, no errors, and a man left on for Salem in the third. It's a 1-0 Portland lead. We go to the top of the fourth here in Roseburg at the Oregon AAA State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field. We'll go to the top of the fourth now. Tyler Christensen, Casey Langdale, and Cooper Smith for Portland, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Barbers. Scheduled to bat against Brody McMullen.
Barbers at the top of the fourth, number 16, Tyler Christensen.
Christensen with a fly ball to center field to end the first. He was 1 for 4 with the run yesterday. In the win over the Crushers, Brody McMullen continues to pound the strike zone. There's a slider there for a called strike. Nothing in 1. McMullen with a long, slow rock and deal, and there's called strike 2. Nothing in 2. Brody McMullen. Ahead, nothing in 2. And the pitch to Christensen way upstairs. That's what you call wasting 1. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Portland. That base hit, by the way, for Chris Rogers in the third, the first hit of the afternoon for Salem, as a breaking ball is swung on and fouled off the end of the bat by Christensen to stay alive. And it's 1-2. So it is going to be very, very warm over the next couple of days. Those 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games are going to be scorchers. 1-2. That one bounces to the plate from McMullen. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the 2-2. Little flare to right. Drifting over is Will Hassoon. He's got it for out number 1. Here in the fourth, that'll bring up the first baseman, Casey Langdale. Langdale struck out in the second. 2 strikeouts for McMullen so far in the game. Both were in the second, and it was Langdale and Cooper Smith back-to-back. But it looks like a pinch hitter will be stepping in for head coach Joe Duran in his 12th season with the Post 6 Barbers. So Duran with a conversation with the home plate umpire, and Hayden Smith will be the batter. Hayden Smith graduated from Jesuit High School in 22. He was 1 for 3 at first base yesterday in the 10-7 win for Portland. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a ball inside. Smith back into the box. Second team All-State selection at Jesuit. The 1-0 fastball a little bit low. And Hayden Smith ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Now 2-0. McMullen's pitch. It's fouled away off to the right. Catches the top of the bleachers over there. And it makes it 2-1. 1-0 Portland, top of the 4th. 1 run on 2 hits and an error for the Barbers. No runs on a hit, no errors for Withnell. And the 2-1 to Hayden Smith. Fouled straight back. And it's 2-2. That breeze keeps blowing out to right. As the 2-2 comes in, it's swung on and fouled off. I was loading up for a strike 3 call because Smith stuck his rear end out and just swatted at that breaking ball away and managed to take a piece of it just to stay alive. So we'll see what he can do with the extra life with the 2-2 pitch. 1 out, base is empty here in the top of the 4th. The 2-2. Low and outside, a fastball. And that fills the count. Three and 2 now to the Barber pinch hitter is a high fastball. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It is really hard to lay off of and very hard to catch up to a pitch right there. As proven by Hayden Smith, the 3rd strikeout victim. For Brody McMillan with 2 away now. It'll bring up Cooper Smith, the designated hitter, who struck out in the 2nd. First pitch fastball there for called strike. I mean, McMullen is starting guys off with strikes routinely. And after the fastball, the 0-1, another fastball. That one shot to right field. Going over to it, stumbling a little bit out there was Sassoon, but he knocked it down. And a solid wrap to right for Cooper Smith, who didn't waste any time after that first pitch called strike. That'll bring up the left fielder, Jackson Price. With 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Portland trying to
number 10,
build
Price.
something after their 1 run in the top of the 1st inning opened the scoring, and that's been it so far. Brody McMullen's pitch, fastball high and inside, and a big swing and a miss for Jackson Price. Barely a lead at all at first base by Cooper Smith, but a look from McMullen, and he bounces one in there, smothered by Rylan Webster. And it's a ball and a strike to Jackson Price. 1 of 3 pitchers used yesterday. 1-1, breaking ball outside as the slider misses. One on, 2 out, the 2-1. Fastball swing and a miss there. Mighty cuts here by Jackson Price, but he hasn't quite found the fastball from McMullen yet. And the 2-2, staying alive. He rips that one foul off the right side. McMullen started the inning with 46 pitches. The 2-2, the runner goes, and he is out at second base. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but it didn't quite work out for the Portland Barbers on offense, and Jackson Price, I think, will get to hit again next inning. No runs on a hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base for Portland. They got a runner on base, but that was it. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. And a 1-0 Barbers lead. It's American Legion Baseball AAA State Tournament action on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
67.
Hundreds Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Next inning, yeah. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the fourth for the Salem Withnell Dodgers in a 1-0 ball game. Pitching has been awfully good. The defense has been solid as well, and that was one thing that both coaches were. Well, I guess Brian Stinnett with Salem was pretty happy with the defense yesterday, but the Barbers felt like they let down a little bit defensively. So pitching and defense has got us to the bottom of the fourth, as big righty Joe Brockmiller finds a called strike one on Rylan Webster to start the bottom of the fourth. The Withnell Dodgers catcher, cleanup hitter, leading off the bottom of the fourth, and Brockmiller comes back with a curveball for a called strike. And it's 0-2. Avery Wilson and Brady Muth scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. On a 90-degree day in Roseburg. The 0-2 called strike three at the knees, and a long, long look by Rylan Webster as he backs away from home plate, conveying his thoughts without saying a word. Fifth strikeout for Brockmiller. 4 have been looking, and that was a great combination of the fastball curveball, and he's pounding the strike zone too, and he starts Avery Wilson off with a strike on a foul ball. Wilson grounded out to shortstop in the second. Brockmiller started the inning on 53 pitches, and he follows up the 0-1 with a called strike. 1-0 Portland as we work in the bottom of the fourth. These are 7-inning games. 0-2, that one on the ground to the right side, knocked down by Shoppy, who spins and flips to first in fancy fashion for the out. And there are 2 gone, and that'll bring up first baseman Brady Muth, who reached on an error in the second. One of only 3 base runners so far for Salem, and nobody's gotten to second base yet against Joe Brockmiller. First pitch on the ground again to the right side. Shoppy scoops and throws, and that'll retire the side. A quick inning there for Brockmeyer. On a hot day, you just don't know what that might do. Could start to turn the tide a little bit there for Portland. 3 up, 3 down for the Dodgers in the fourth. We've played 4 in Roseburg, and it's 1-0 Portland. Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament coverage on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Go to the top of the 5th inning, the first batter for the Barbers. Number 10.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for Portland. And it's kind of just settling in here to a slow-moving, pitching-dominant defensive game. Maybe a 1-0 lead is enough today here in Roseburg in the Oregon American Legion State Tournament. So Brody McMullen against Jackson Price, who is at the plate when Cooper Smith was caught stealing, so he gets a fresh count and was ahead 2-0 when he chopped that one down the third baseline, and it is a foul ball. And a nice peg across from Avery Wilson, but it's just a loud strike. And it's 2-1 to Jackson Price. So Brody McMullen now starting this inning on 67 pitches as he completes his second time through the order, as the 2-1 is a changeup, slider, off-speed pitch anyway for a called strike. Probably a slider. And now the 2-2 pitch to Jackson Price. Fastball, swing, and a miss, strike 3. What a job by McMullen to come back and get Jackson Price strikeout number 4 on the afternoon, and that'll bring up the 9-hitter Jackson Bowie. 1 run came in the top of the first inning for the Barbers. It was a 1-out walk to Sean Murphy. A wild pitch sent Murphy to second, and then Stanley Shoppy chopped one to short as that ball is fouled away. Shoppy chopped one to short and beat the throw for an infield base hit, and when there were runners at the corners, as the 0-1 comes to the plate, that one pulled on the ground right to Muth at first. He'll go to the bag unassisted for the out. So 2 gone for Andy Miller. But Sean Murphy was on at third, Stanley Shoppy was on at first base, and Brody McMullen faked a throw to third and turned to throw to first. And that is a balk in Legion baseball, and that balk plated Murphy. So it's a 1-0 Portland lead without an RBI. First pitch to Miller is a strike, and this one on the ground to short. Stinnett scoops and throws across, and we're playing some pitch and defense heavy baseball here in this one. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. A 3-up, 3-down inning defensively for Salem. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Portland. It's the Oregon State Legion Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For more local sports coverage, CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Welcome back as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Quite a ball game being thrown and played here between Salem and Portland as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 1-0 Portland Barbers lead. Joe Brockmiller still on the hill. He'll face the bottom third of the Salem order.
First batter for the Dodgers,
Cole Whelan, Brady Stoops, and Lucas Elkins to bat here for Salem. And the first pitch from Brockmiller is a curveball for a called strike, and that is why it's been so quiet on the Salem side today. 5 strikeouts from Brockmiller, no walks. Oh, 1 walk in the first. There's one that bounces in 1-1. Third batter Brockmiller faced, he walked. One man reached on an error on the infield and then an infield single. That one bounces in for a ball, 2-1. In fact, not a ball out of the infield yet for Salem against Joe Brockmiller, whose fastball-curveball combo has been a dandy. And here's a 1-hopper to the right side. Nicely smothered by Shoppy, and he'll throw the runner out. And when they do get it on the ground, it's been to the right side for the most part. Little grounders easily handled by the defense. That'll bring up left fielder Brady Stoops. And it also suggests that the Salem hitters are having to react to the fastball, and they're behind it often, which is why they're hitting it on the ground to the right side. First pitch, a called strike to Brady Stoops as the wind picks up and blows across Legion Field, Champion Car Wash Field. 0-1 to Stoops, the 8-hitter. There's the curveball. It drifts outside, 1-1. One out, nobody on. The 1-1 fastball, grounder to the right side again. Shoppy to his right. Nice little pick and throw for out number 2. And that'll bring up the 9-hitter Lucas Elkins. Legion State Tournament action presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, and the broadcast also has been sponsored by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. No matter where these teams go in the state tournament from here forward, you can hear their games right here on 541radio.com. Every game of the state tournament will be available as we head into the work week. And all these young men have the dream of being a state champion. First pitch to Lucas Elkins, a strike. The next fastball is there for strike 2, and that's kind of how Brockmiller has worked. First pitch, strike. Second pitch, strike. Simple game, isn't it? 0-2, curveball, swung on, a little flare into center, and it will make it into the outfield turf for a base hit. First ball out of the infield, second base hit of the day here for Salem as they try to make some hay with 2 outs in the 5th. Just the second base hit allowed by Joe Brockmiller, as that curveball kind of hung out there over the plate a little bit. Now the shortstop, Brandon Stinnett, a couple of ground outs for him today. And the first pitch curve, just a tiny bit high for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Brockmiller comes set, kind of keeping an eye on that runner at first with 2 down. Fastball, grounder, chopper to the right side. Nice play there by the first baseman for Portland, which was Casey Langdale for a while, but now was Hayden Smith making that play at first base unassisted. And that'll end the inning. There's a base hit, but nothing after that. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Still 1-0 Portland. Getting late here in game number 7 of the AAA State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to Roseburg. Back just in time for the first pitch to Sean Murphy, which is outside for ball 1 from Brody McMullen, who surrendered a run in the first inning, and that is it. 1-0 is a called strike against Murphy. Sean Murphy, the catcher for the Barbers, has walked twice, scored the only run of the game on a balk call with runners at the corners back in the first. 1-1, low and outside. 1 run on 3 hits and an error for Portland. No runs on 2 hits, no errors for Salem. The 2-1. Grounder to the right side again, Shopping to his left. Rather, that's Chris Rogers. Makes the pick, spins, and throws the runner out. These teams have been very similar, and they both are red and white. But my bad. Chris Rogers looking like Stanley Shoppy, as Shoppy's been very busy on the right side of the infield with Brockmiller on the hill, getting swings on the fastball, but late. So the right side of the defense having quite a few plays there. Chris Rogers doing that same imitation. And the first pitch to Stanley Shoppy is a breaking ball for a called strike. Shoppy with the only two of the 3 base hits of the day for Portland. And this is a 0-1 pitch that's lifted high in foul territory, deep down the right field line, all the way to the bullpen. And on a bounce, it goes over the wall. Out of play. Makes it 0-2 to Stanley Shoppy. McMullen starting the inning with 76 pitches. Brockmiller for Salem has 72 on his meter. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-2. Top of the 6th inning in what is a 7-inning contest. The 1-2, fastball fouled away. Out of play to the right. We are here in Stewart Park. If you hit a big enough foul ball off to the right, you could hit it toward the South Umpqua River and the half shell and the pavilion and everything that's beautiful over there in Stewart Park. Here comes the 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Swung on a miss, strike 3 on a breaking ball. And there are 2 away now. 5 strikeouts for Brody McMullen. That'll bring up the third baseman, Dakota Chun. And still a 1-0 Portland lead. If you hit a ball far enough over the center field fence, you'd hit the VA National Health Center and Hospital. That's a long poke, though. With 2 out and the bases empty, a breaking ball for a called strike to Dakota Chun as McMullen is just firing darts. The 0-1 to Chun, who's 0 for 2. With 2 gone and nobody on here in the 6th. The breaking ball through Chun's feet. He kind of tried to dance a little and draw contact. He started to pull out of there and thought maybe trying to get hit. Here's the 1-1 fastball high and away. And it's 2-1. And if you were to hit one high and deep to left field out there long enough, you'd hit the YMCA. As we sit in a sweet spot here in the middle of Roseburg. 2-1, grounder to the right side, sliding down to one knee. Chris Rogers will throw the runner out, and both pitchers in control here. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th inning. Still a 1-0 Portland lead on a run in the top of the 1st. Bottom of the 6th is coming up. It's Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament coverage on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Welcome back as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Salem Withnell Dodgers against Joe Brockmiller, and possibly some defensive changes here. Joe Duran is out there talking to the ump. And now my job is to figure out where the changes have been made. I always appreciate it when the umpire looks up and points out to changes in the field, but that did not happen. Maybe it's okay. Maybe that was just a nice conversation between baseball fans. Chris Rogers, the hitter, will take a breaking ball inside for ball one as the intensity begins to pick up a little bit. Sometimes in a game like this, you can kind of get lulled to sleep, but hey, there's a huge spot on the bracket up for grabs between these two teams, and the intensity is probably going to pick up. 1-1 to Rogers with a base hit in the third. Here's the 1-1, breaking ball outside. Rogers, the second baseman. Will Hassoun and Rylan Webster to bat here. 2-3-4 hitters for Salem. Third time through the order against Brockmiller. Maybe they can solve him. 2-1 is a high fastball, and it's high to right field. Foul territory. Long run over there, and making the catch up against the screen in the bullpen is Tyler Christensen. That's a dandy. That's a very important out. Now Will Hassoun, the right fielder who is walking, struck out in this game. One nothing Portland, bottom of the sixth inning. The winner moves to 7 o'clock tomorrow night against the winner of Medford and the Rosberg Dock Stewarts. And with the bases empty and one out, first pitch to the plate, Will Hassoun lifts it foul and out of play. Action in the Portland Barbers bullpen. Looks like Hayden Laudette just came back to the dugout. I don't know if he was throwing or defending the pitcher that was warming up down there. As another fly ball foul to the right side. Tags the indoor hitting facility for strike two. And once again, Joe Brockmiller ahead of a batter. And the 0-2 off the end of the bat, foul down the first base line. .72 pitches for Joe Brockmiller before he started this inning. Up around 80 now. The 0-2. Fastball, ground ball to the left side. Backpedaling is Chun. He'll make the catch. A heck of a throw across the infield to get the runner for out number two. A couple of nice plays defensively behind Brockmiller, who at this point would probably be happy with putting the ball in play and conserving his final few pitches here as we get later into the ball game. When I say final few, he's still got about 30 to go as he started this inning, but still. Pitching to contact sometimes better than trying to be a strikeout pitcher when it comes to conserving yourself on pitches. And now Rylan Webster, the catcher, will step in. He struck out in the fourth and is 0 for 2. 5 strikeouts for Brockmiller today. With 2 outs, that's a little fly to right field. Coming over, Christensen, shielding his eyes from the sun, makes the catch. And just like I said, one pitch, fly ball to right, and a fairly quick inning. Looks like 10 pitches unofficially for Brockmiller here in the 6th. 3 up, 3 down goes Salem. And we'll go to the top of the 7th inning in a Portland Barber lead 1-0. We'll see if they can extend that lead as we go to the 7th. It's Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament action on 541radio.com. Brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back. We go to the 7th inning. It's Tyler Christensen, Hayden Smith, and Cooper Smith for the Portland Barbers, leading it 1-0 and looking for some insurance right here against Brody McMullen, the starting pitcher for the Salem Withnell Dodgers, who will start this inning with 89 pitches. as Joe Duran makes his way to the third base coach's box. And Brody McMillan's first pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. To Tyler Christensen, a couple of fly outs in this one. He's 0 for 2. 1 for 4 yesterday with a run scored. And the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Medford and the Roseburg Dock Stewarts are coming up. After this one, they're about 45 minutes late in starting this one as a breaking ball misses outside 2-1. And they need about 30 minutes between games. So the nightcap will probably start a little late. We'll see. 2-1 pitch. That's a grounder to the left side. Stinnett stabs it out of the air, lobs it across. Difficult throw. Bounces and skips away from the first baseman, but trailing the play. Very well done as Rylan Webster, the catcher, to make sure a wild throw doesn't go anywhere, and he did a good job hustling down the line. So another infield base hit off of McMullen. Christensen a man aboard to start the 7th inning. That is the first leadoff man aboard in this game for Portland. And it comes at a good time. Now the infield will gather around McMullen and have a chat as Brandon Stinnett and Chris Rogers, a shortstop and second baseman, come in, get themselves lined out for how they might execute a double play. A lot of ground balls to the middle infielders in this one. That was a great effort there by Stinnett, but that was a slow bouncer deep in the hole. Stinnett had to go all the way back to catch that ball with all his momentum going to third. He throws it across his body like Derek Jeter, but couldn't get enough on it. And this is Hayden Smith showing bunt, fastball taken for a ball, or for a strike. Snap throw to first. Christian Smith takes high and outside. Not by much. Close call. Action in both bullpens. 2 men are up in both bullpens. Strategy running amok. With the runner at first, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. High. Ball 2. Didn't miss by much. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Hayden Smith, the first baseman, who struck out in the 4th in relief of Casey Langdale. Tyler Christensen at first base in a 1-0 Portland Barbers lead, and that 2-2 misses low and outside, and the count is full. What a huge pitch this will be coming up next. Cooper Smith, the DH, on deck. Brody McMullen ready. Christensen at first, the 3-2. The runner goes. This one drilled to left field, right to Brady Stoops. He'll make the catch on 2 steps going backwards. And a big, big result and a big out there for Salem. And that'll bring up the DH Cooper Smith. And time is called as Brian Stinnett goes out to the mound to talk to Brody McMullen. Checking on him right now. McMullen started the inning with 89 pitches. I've got him at right about 100. As we look at the DH Cooper Smith, the 7-hitter, followed by left fielder Jackson Price. Stinnett with the catcher Rylan Webster out there talking to Brody McMullen. Trying to gauge how much fire is left in his starter. And Stinnett will say thank you very much to the home plate umpire and head back to the dugout. Joe Duran took the opportunity to talk to his team, and now he'll head over to the third base coach's box with Christensen at first base, 1 out, and the DH Cooper Smith at the plate. Just 4 hits now for the Barbers in the game. They lead at 1-0 on a run in the first inning that came in on a balk. McMullen's first offering to Smith is a fastball that misses low and inside. Ball 1, Smith singled to right field and then was caught stealing in the 4th. And now the 1-0, check swing on a breaking ball for a called strike. And it's a ball and a strike. The run in the first, and then Shoppy got to third in that inning as a pick throw to first base gets Christensen diving back. Those are the only two runners to make it to third in this game. And there's only been one runner to second base since that first inning as the 1-1 is hit toward the gap in left center field. It's down for a base hit. It'll get cut off by Brady Stoops in left field. But a serious wrap to left by Cooper Smith. Puts runners at first and second, and that's going to be the end of the day for Brody McMullen. But Christensen goes to second, Cooper Smith at first base. Bryce Jackson scheduled to bat next, and a change on the mound for Salem. And we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back to Legion Field, Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. It's the state AAA American Legion Baseball Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
For more local sports coverage, CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
New pitcher for the Salem Withnell Dodgers is Tyler Dunleavy, the left-hander out of North Medford High School. We talked about him earlier in the broadcast. As you look down the Salem Withnell Dodgers roster, it's all teams, players from high schools in the Salem area: Sprague, West Salem, North Salem, South Salem, Western Christian, Salem Academy, and then there's North Medford. And there's Tyler Dunleavy, graduated from North in 2021. He's still eligible to play American Legion Baseball, hasn't played any college ball yet, but he apparently is about to in the Salem area. Moved up from Medford, came out to try out for the team, and the new American Legion rule for how many players you can draw from or how many high schools you can draw from in your region has increased this past year to 7,500, and that allowed the Salem Withnell Dodgers to add North Medford to the schools that they could take from, and here Tyler Dunleavy is, and he's in relief of Brody McMullen, and he'll be pitching to Jackson Price, the left fielder. But there's been a pinch hitter, and the first pitch, Dunleavy to the plate, is a called strike. The new hitter for Portland is Jonah Hergert. So Hergert at the plate. And Dunleavy's 0-1 to Hergert. The pinch hitter is a little bit high. It's 1-1. So Tyler Christensen at second base, Cooper Smith at first, both on base hits. They right now both belong to Brody McMullen, and the book is not closed on McMullen. And with one out and two on, the 1-1 pitch and a 1-0 Portland Barbers lead in the seventh is high and outside. And it's 2-1. Jackson Bowie on deck. Another man is still up and pitching in the Salem bullpen. The Portland bullpen is watching the action on the field intently. They lead at 1-0, and they're looking for more. Runners first and second as the 2-1 from Dunleavy to Hergert is a big breaking ball and a called strike on a backdoor slurve. Looked like it was coming in high, and Dunleavy got the top corner for a strike. Now 2-2. 2 on and a step off and a look back at the bag at second. Jonah Hergert. Now the 2-2. Hergert takes that one in the dirt, knocked down. Now a big lead and an attempt at a pickle at third base, or between second and third, is Christensen. He's caught in a rundown. Christensen trying to get into third. They'll throw ahead, and he is tagged out at third base. Does he hold on to the ball? He does. Does Avery Wilson for the out. I'm not sure what Christensen was doing, but he got caught off the base and gets thrown out. 2-6-5 in a short little rundown. The biggest problem, good job. The one good thing is that Cooper Smith behind the play got into second base. I was about to say the bummer is Smith didn't make it in there, but he did in a heads-up base running play. But it's 3-2 now to Hergert with 2 gone, and oh my goodness, will Salem be thrilled if they can get out of this one right here. 3-2 with 2 outs and that runner at second base. And the payoff pitch from Dunleavy. Strike 3 called. What a turnaround right there defensively by Salem. And the Portland Barbers had runners at first and second and 1 out. And a good look at some opportunity, and it turned around on them. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Barbers leading at 1-0 over Salem. It's the Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to Bill Gray Stadium, Champion Car Wash Field for Salem, now in the bottom of the 7th inning, needing 1 to tie. It'll be third baseman Avery Wilson leading off against Joe Brockmiller, who's done it from the start. First pitch, fly ball to center, 1 out, 1 pitch. Brockmiller has set down, including that one, 5 in a row, and about 10 of the last 11. He's just taken over with that fastball, curveball combination, and now here's Brady Muth. He'll take that first pitch low and outside for a ball. 1-0. Well, Tyler Christensen, with that big lead off of second base, getting into that pickle, really changed everything in this game as the 1-0 is fouled away. Great job by Rylan Webster, the catcher for Salem, to run right at Tyler Christensen. Sometimes you're trying to fool the catcher into throwing to second base. Here's a curveball, slow roller to short, charging, throwing to first. In time for the out is Andy Miller. That was a nice play, too, on the slow little dribbler out toward short. And now Cole Whelan, the DH, is Salem's last chance here in the bottom of the 7th. Will a run in the top of the first on a walk, a wild pitch, and a balk be the difference in the game? Cole Whelan trying to keep it alive for Salem. Brockmiller's first pitch is a fastball, swing and a miss. Brockmiller gets the sign from Murphy, deals the 0-1. That's a high fastball, just off outside the strike zone, 1-1. Base is empty here, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Salem trying to stir the pot. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball fouled away. They're down to the last strike. Brady Stoops on deck, hoping to get in the game. with 2 gone. The 1-2 pitch from Joe Brockmiller is fouled off. And we stay 1-2. Brockmiller's 1-2 pitch to Cole Wieland. Curveball, chopper, left side, charging. Chun Fields throws across in time, and Portland wins it 1-0 in a pitcher's duel, and a great game from Portland and Salem on the winner's bracket side of the state tournament. You can put Portland in the 7 o'clock slot tomorrow night, and Salem will have to play for an opportunity to come back around through the bracket, playing in the 1 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon against the Sherwood Lobos. But boy, Portland and Salem play a dandy. Final score, Portland 1, Salem nothing. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. Oregon Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field. Wow, what a ball game. The previous game took over 3 hours to play in 8 innings. This one goes 1 hour, 37 minutes, and a 1-0 win for the Portland Barbers over Salem. Portland scored the only run of the game in the top of the first inning on a 1-out walk by Sean Murphy against starter Brody McMullen. A wild pitch sent Murphy to second. A single on the infield sent Murphy to third, and Stanley Shoppy was safe at first. And a balk put Murphy home and brought Stanley Shopp around eventually to third base. And that was the only run of the game. There was only 2 more times that a runner was even to second base in this game. 3 more times, all by Portland. Salem never got a runner to second base in that game. They only had 3 base runners, 4 base runners on 2 hits, and nobody made it to second, and that was one dandy of a ball game on both sides. Unfortunately, Brody McMullen is going to take the loss. He went 6 1/3 innings, gave up that 1 run on 5 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 5 as the fans start to cycle in here for the nightcap. And then Tyler Dunleavy came in, struck out Jonah Hergert, and that was all that the Salem Withnell Dodgers needed from the pitching side. But Joe Brockmiller, what a performance there. He goes the distance, 7 innings, no runs, 2 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 1. And again, he had a single to center field in the 5th. That was the only ball. There were 3 total balls hit out of the outfield, hit out of the infield in the game. Pretty impressive by Joe Brockmiller. So Portland now moves to 32-8-1. Salem falls to 24-22. And what this means is that Portland moves into the winner's bracket tomorrow night at 7. Portland will play the winner of the Medford-Doc Stewart's game coming up at 7 o'clock here at Legion Field. And the winner of that one is really in the sweet spot in this tournament. But now Portland is 2-0. Salem has to play tomorrow at 1 o'clock on a 100-degree day against the Sherwood Lobos. And the loser between Medford and Roseburg will play Eugene at 4 o'clock tomorrow as the tournament continues on. What a ball game. 1-0 Portland with the victory. Congratulations to the Barbers. And good luck to the Salem Withnell Dodgers the rest of the way. Thanks for tuning in for this presentation of American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com. Coverage of the Oregon State Tournament is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe with sponsorship from Douglas County Farmers Co-op and Champion Car Wash. Our coverage will continue starting at about 6:45 with Doc Stewart's American Legion Baseball on 1490 The Score and here at 541radio.com. I'm Brian Prowitz. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to check 541radio.com for updates on the tournament. And we will talk to you again later. Hope you have a good evening. Goodbye.